Join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
on the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Meeting will please come to order. We do have proof of posting according to Chapter 591 of the Texas Government Codes and amended known as the Texas Open Meetings Act. At this time, members of the public who wish to speak shall have 5 minutes.
Good morning, how are y'all? Hey, I was wanting to just kind of give a report on Duke Volunteer Fire Department. As of today, we have 200 calls for the year. From January to right now, we're up approximately 25% from last year as far as our call volume. Most of you had known about the fire that we had on I-45. I had 7 of the 9 fire departments in this county on that fire. It was right at 100 acres, but that 100 acres where it was hard to get to. We were able to protect 7 to 10 homes that our Freestone community continues to thank us for. There was a situation that we had put between 450 and 500 man hours on that fire last week. That was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It festered back up Thursday, and we had a truck that had a flat tire. We lost it, and we had a community, someone in our community that was gracious enough to fix our tire this last Saturday. The fire that stoked up Thursday, which got closer to the houses than the previous days, we were able to respond with 1 brush truck. That's all Duke had. And, you know, I just want to just tell you again, I think I'm not a fly by the day guy. I think we need to try to be proactive concerning the fire departments as far as a plan, a budget, of not having to worry about getting a tire fixed when we fight a fire for a week or getting a pump fixed. There were several trucks throughout the county that broke down. I know there was 3 that broke down just on that call. So, you know, I appreciate what you do, but I want you to be aware as far as, you know, budgets and different things. We're not asking anyone to build us a new fire station. We're not asking for a refrigerator or anything. We're just asking to keep, you know, the trucks running. I know at my fire department, most of all of our trucks have been received by grants. And I think that writing grants saves the county, I mean, absolutely a lot of money. And all we're asking is just kind of keep that equipment running, and like I said, it's just, all we want is something to fall back on when we have a breakdown, because it, you know, like I said, we have a truck, that's been down for 6 months, so anyway, that's where the fire department is, and we do this not because we have to, we feel like that it's a call, and you know, I'm a pastor, and I feel like the fire department is part of my ministry, and I just want to see the, you know, success within my community. Thank you.
Judge, before you sit down, Pastor Carl, I think you said a lot, but I don't think you said to the council what the issue is, from what the conversation me and Money had, that y'all feel like, and from what I gather from Facebook, y'all feel like the council is not interested in the fire department, not really taking care of the needs of the fire department. So you said a lot, but I don't think you said.
Well, number one, here's the thing. I don't know what you and Monty talking about, and I seen that which was on Facebook. I had nothing to do with that. First of all, was because I have presented, you know, what we need or whatever in an honest, face-to-face manner. I'm not going to go behind your back. I can't help what other people do, but I will tell you that, you know, that 56 has been, I'm sorry, 52 has been down for a long time.
That's one of their fire trucks.
And I think that the frustration comes into that we bring this to you, and it just seems like that it's set aside. That's the frustration that we feel. It's not, you know, like I said, we're doing this for free, and you know, you and I have discussed it, and you know, you bring, you know, and I know Fairfield's trying to get a paid fire department, whatever. You bring a paid fire department to cover our whole county, we're not talking about $200,000 or $300,000. We're talking about millions of dollars. So the volunteer fire departments are absolutely saving, you know, the county money, no doubt. You know, and like I said, the biggest thing that I think that I want is the fact of just trying to find a good place where we know that if we have a breakdown, you know, that we can bring it and it'll be fixed. Like I said, we talked about, you know, if we had the money, we would fix it, but we just don't have the money. You know, our fundraisers are down over 50% of what they were, and you know, like I said, that's all I'm asking, is just the fact of seeing what we can do to better equip the, you know, the fire department.
But what I want is you have how many trucks down? Because I want to make sure that I bring clarity to this whole thing, because I don't want people to feel like I'm sitting up here knowing y'all got an issue and not taking care of the issue.
Right, I understand.
But I want the council and I want everyone to know that when I say that you have 2 trucks down and then that line item, the fire department line item is out of money, where did we get this money from? Because I don't want those people to feel like Mike Daniel is not trying to help them, and that's what's being put out there, that I'm not concerned, I'm not trying to help. So I want to know, where do we get this money from? They have 2 trucks down that need to be repaired. We don't have any money in that line item. They really can't wait till the budget is over with, and they need to get these trucks fixed. Am I correct?
You're right.
Okay.
The thing about, you know, when you talk about, you know, we actually have 3 trucks. I'm not worried about one of them, because that can come later and we can get it fixed. It's not being in service for a while. That's no problem. The only problem that I had was with 52, which is a grass truck, which, you know, we're in the dry time of the year. There's had something happen, it wouldn't even start yesterday, and the pump engine is not working. It blew up. It's gone. So what I spoke to you about is, okay, what if we shipped it off, it's going to be like nearly $5,500 to get it fixed. And I had mentioned to you, okay, what if we put it on and save the county $1,000? So it's going to be $4,100 and some change, and that was the main truck that I wanted. We do have a seal on another truck that's out. It don't hold any water, and that's on engine 56. But other than that, if we could get 52 and 56 fixed, it would help us a whole lot.
And so my deal is I want to know, where are we going to get this money to fix these 2 fire trucks that the department is having? We're out of money, I'm afraid. So it's not just on me, because it's nothing that I can do. My hands is tired. So I'm bringing it before all of you to find out what do we need to do to get these 2 trucks to 52, 56. That's what they probably are. And they are number 2 in runs in this county. Fairfield number 1, and they're number 2, and they need those 2 trucks fixed. And I don't know where we're going to get the money from. So I know I talked to the judge, we get one fixed, but can we go ahead and get the other one in the shop?
Let's talk about that under number 3, budget transfers and amendments.
Thank you.
Just reading this, and I get to the bottom, and it talks about the recommendation to close the driver's license office, and I guess I just want to ask exactly, who's wanting to close it, and do y'all have the ability to say, no, we won't close it if the state wants to close it? Because that's a concern,
We'll be going through all of that at that time.
but I will get speaking. I just want to,
I think your questions will all be answered.
okay, great. Thank you, Judge.
Not in a good way, but they'll all be answered.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. A lot of you know my truck was down on me yesterday. It's got 240-something thousand miles on it, 10 years old. Mike had asked me about a week ago to take it to the courthouse, asked him what it'd be to rebuild everything. They're saying anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000. It needs brakes on it, needs a new battery, needs a tune-up, never been put on it in over 200,000 miles. That gas tank sensor went out in it. I've been driving around a month, having to gas up like every day to make sure I don't run out. Then yesterday, the transmission finally went out. It's been slipping for several years. A couple of years ago, when Luke was commissioner, I'd asked him, I needed we'd like to have a new truck. At that time, it had about 190,000 on it. And I need to do something on the foot this morning. I got several major calls. In precinct 2, I've got a whole house that's been dumped in the creek and stopped the creek up. So, a little barn house that burned down. I think I know where it's from, but I'm not sure. Last week, I spent the whole week in precinct 4 with about 4 major dumps. The week before that, I was in precinct 1 with 6 major dumps, and we got nuisance.
When we get to item number 3, we'll talk about that.
I didn't know if you want me to talk.
Yes, that'll be good. All right, we got to talk about that. All right, if not, we will go to item number 2 to approve the minutes of the August 8th meeting. Oh, thank you. My glasses back on. Item number 1. What time is it? I forgot all that. It's 9:17. Thank you so much for going into the public hearing proposed tax rate. Are there any comments, questions about that?
You said tax rate, right?
Ma'am?
You said tax rate?
Tax
That's what
rate.
I'm sure. I'm for it. I pay taxes like everybody else does. We have got to do something. You got somebody's truck breaking down, you got budgets that are barely making it for the year. I mean, I pay just like everybody else does, single mom, do it all. But I'm sorry, I'm for it. We should have did it last year too.
I need to talk to you before you leave, that's something different.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other comments? If there are none, what time is it? 9:18, we're out of public hearing. We will go to item number 2, minutes. Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor, aye. Any opposed, none, motion carried. Item number 3, budget transfers and amendments. We have a list, we'll review that list, and then we'll discuss, we're going to do the other line item transfers and amendments. Any discussion on the ones that are listed?
Make a motion to approve line item transfer.
That are listed.
Line item transfer.
All right. All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Now, as to the other requests, on the, I'm sorry, on that other fire truck that we talked about, that's not gonna be till the next budget year, is that correct?
He wasn't sure, but it looks like it might be this year when it's gonna be ready. And he said the middle of September. So, but I mean, you know, we can choose to, I mean, pay it October 1st. But he said it would be ready about the middle to the end of September.
Okay.
So, but he couldn't.
Well, I guess we're worried about that one see the fire truck, are we going to try to pay that out of general fund?
What page you looking at?
So I'm looking at page 16. We have used up what is in the other expense line item. So are we gonna try to pay it out of the general fund, or are we gonna pay it out of road and bridge? That's the first question.
What about the other line item that we have for grants, fire
That's what
grants and
I'm
stuff?
looking at.
How much is in there?
20,000. We do have a fire truck that is coming up, that we would need that 20,000 on. We don't know if it's gonna be this middle of September, that's pretty close to October, so that might just run over. So I'm thinking, if we're gonna pay it out of the general fund, if we took money out of that grant match line item to do that, and then if it comes up at the end of September, we'll have to look at putting some more money back in that line, in that grant match line item.
You know, the past 5 years, we couldn't use road and bridge money. Well, I understand. Now we can. Before that 5 years, we took it out of each road, everything was in, out of road and bridge. That's, probably these things that go part of them. And, that's how we always done 5 years.
And that's the way we're going back.
Yeah.
And so,
I know five times so far apart, and first thing, probably end up to the things together.
but I do think, like Andy, I think he assists the fire departments that cover his area. Is that correct, Andy?
And then actually one time I have. They all come to have fire.
Sure.
All y'all trucks, county trucks, is that right?
All except for one, which we got back in '06, and that would be 356. Everything else is county.
I think what ours is on county, ones, these county trucks. I know what Teague, back when we could give them fuel, I think some of that county trucks.
So 56 is, what is it? Is it a city truck?
Well, what it was is oh my goodness, a long time ago, but we had went out and got a loan on it, and had it built, and the county paid some on that, yes.
So I would consider that partially a county truck.
Yeah, it's kind of truck.
Okay. On to the next thing then. How about, could we pay it out of that grant match line item, or do you want to do a budget transfer?
I'd rather do a budget transfer into the other
Do we
expense.
know how much this is going to be?
I'm looking at one of them, I think the pump on it is, what, 6,000?
Well, the pump is, like I said, we're just gonna order it, and we've got a pretty good mechanic that's on the fire department. And it's gonna be, and I gave you, I don't have it with me this morning, I'm sorry, but it's gonna be $4,100 and something dollars. I don't remember. And
But that same truck is now in the shop, right?
Yes.
So we have.
And it's at MG here in Fairfield, and he's just gonna go over it and look and see what it's gonna take to fix
That's not 56, that's
it. I mean, did I say 52?
That's 52, right? But 56, what's the problem with 56?
It's the seal, on the pump, is gone out. In other words, you can't keep water in it.
And so roughly, what do you think that's gonna cost?
Well, that's gonna cost around $1,100, you know.
So,
What about, you think 5,000 on 52? You think 5,000? I mean, if it's not that much, it's okay, but
Well, it's not gonna be that much, but, I mean.
I think 5,000 would be good. Then what you thinking, 1,000 to 1,200,
Yeah.
1,500?
Yeah,
So,
It's 6,500.
okay.
6,500 to cover both of them.
yeah.
So we're gonna add that, or that's gonna be another, line item transfer. $700,650. All right.
Now, are we gonna keep all of our fire department trucks going out of that fund? We're not gonna fall back on the precinct?
After this budget ends, then it will be in precincts.
So, yeah, is that gonna be a good thing? I mean, I understand, I mean, what I'm saying is, I know you do. I know you do. What I'm saying is, it's a good thing as far as furnishing them diesel and oil and stuff like that. But then when you have something major like this, and a motor go out in one of those trucks, and you're talking about taking $10,000 out of a precinct, that's a lot of money that you have to fix a truck to come out of a precinct. I mean, I think moving the money to there to take care of fuel, where we don't have to go through all the changes we went through.
Probably the normal expenses, and then if something big comes up, we probably will all just have to discuss it and figure out where we're gonna get it.
Personally, I think when the fire trucks broken down, get it fixed, we're gonna get the money.
Yeah.
You ain't talking to
Somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, I
We're gonna
think,
get the money. Don't wait on, can I take it to the shop? It's too important. The other thing is, I got an old dig truck in my county barn. Said it didn't run no more, and that truck runs good. I've offered it to some far parts of this precinct. But it really wasn't what they wanted. It's got a 750 gallon tank, didn't get there. And it's all county. I'm glad if anybody come get it, like y'all show a truck, come get it, use it, that's what it's for. I don't think anybody sitting up here wants a fire truck to be broken down.
I don't think that.
And I'm not saying nothing against that, I'm all for it, said let's say this, but when somebody else's fire truck breaks down, and anywhere in the county, when you take it out of that farm, we're gonna do it one time, instead of all, instead of going back to that.
We still have that fire, that fund there, though. We're gonna have it in the next budget, that fund there, for the grants.
We have grant match.
I think that would be good, and I think it would take a burden off of all of us if we've taken care of fuel, and then we have problems such as they have, then we got a place that we can come and get that fixed.
Either that, or we can split it between the fire department, between well, everybody has any money at that time, it's a
Well,
matter.
I brought it up about 6, 7 years ago, they had a truck go down there, standing there, and let fix all of it, I fixed the big part of it. Nobody else fixed it.
I appreciate that.
But I think that's what we need to go back to is road and bridge and the precinct.
I guess what we're saying is, somehow, some way, we're gonna get it fixed.
And
We're just gonna sit up here and argue about who's gonna pay.
well, and on our part, you know, we have, you know, even in the last month and a half, we've had air conditioners go out in our trucks. We're not even asking y'all to fix something like that as far as, we fixed all that. I mean, that's no problem. It's just the breakdowns of the truck itself and the maintenance. That's, you know, that's what, you know, that's what's concerning, but I appreciate y'all, I do.
Well, like I say, I've got a truck door full of water in the county right now. But I,
Is it a brush truck or a engine?
brush truck, I don't got no use on it.
It's a brush truck. I think it was an engine last time you talked to me, I'm
Go
sorry.
look at it.
Yeah.
Not be surprised.
It's an old county truck, that says anything, just crank right and go to the pump. In the pump. Really.
Now let's talk about the truck. Or Bill Matthews. That's a different
We
deal.
don't have no spares sitting around.
Right.
We don't have any spares sitting around. Maybe that's on the road.
So we got trucks sitting here, we got trucks sitting at that.
Who's truck is right here?
Not supposed to get it, man.
That's why.
Well, that 350 and that 150.
The 911 and the emergency management for the.
You got two, man. Here.
Okay.
So are we saying that's a temporary fix to get his fix or get him one, what we're saying?
What you was putting, was like that.
Next year? Did you say next year?
Get it on the road.
Yeah, I'm saying, so are we gonna look at trying to get it in the budget this year?
Who's driving the one that's the one that Warren used to drive, who's driving the one that you used to drive?
Steve, it's,
I thought that was the new one that Steve drove.
no, that's no, it was my truck, and then we give it to, Eric, James Lynn drove it, and I took, Lauren's old truck. When I got it, it had 190,000 on it. I haven't had a new one since around 2006.
All right, well,
But
we'll see what if we can find anything in the budget, talk about it next week.
Judge, what about the Chevrolet truck y'all used to use up here at the courthouse? Is it still around?
What Chevrolet truck is it?
It was used for maintenance truck.
Is that the one that the security officer drives in?
No, he's talking about that new white one, that new, the quad cab one.
That what?
The quad cab Chevy that y'all got.
The newest county, that big
Is
white.
that the one that Steve drives?
That's the one Steve drives, I don't know. Yeah, that's the
Steve's
one.
driving my old one.
Or got a new
Yeah, I'm
one?
talking about one
Where
that
is
Pam
it? What
drove.
is it? I don't.
It's sitting over at the federal building.
Yeah, it doesn't get used very often.
It's new.
I think we bought it used, did we, Judge?
We did, and it was gonna be used by the courthouse person. It was kind of doing maintenance and stuff. Is that the one we're talking about? We'll look at it.
Chevrolet Silverado quad cab.
Okay.
Steve was driving, oh, and I hate seeing him hauling, some prisoners around doing maintenance, stuff in it.
Okay. We'll investigate it then. And maybe you can get one from him. We'll come back with that one. Did we vote on that? No, we have no motion. How about a motion? I thought we had a motion to approve that. Last budget amendment.
Oh, that's okay. Mine go for it.
To approve that line item transfer.
Already did that.
No, addition.
Addition.
Addition, you got.
It's a new. Okay, do I have a second?
I said that.
All in favor, aye. Motion carried. Item number 4, let's approve the bills. Yes, sir. This is me. Any discussion on the bills?
Make a motion to pay the bill.
That's it.
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Item number 5 is to approve payroll. We have one person that left the sheriff's office. That was one of the reasons we had to change the budget. Each of them has a copy. Motion to approve the payroll.
I make a motion that we approve payroll.
Item number 6 is reports. Ryan, could you give us a report on risk management training?
Yes, ma'am. I spoke with Isaac Garcia for TAC, and I think, Clyde, you brought it up this past time. You wanted me to follow up with him to see about risk management and what was required under the Transportation Code and the Federal Motor Carriers Act, and that, yes, that training is mandatory. I believe, I don't know the details, I think they're coming here, is that right? Anybody that has a commercial driver's license that drives a truck for y'all would have to sit in there for an hour. The supervisors, you and anybody under you that would supervise those drivers would sit in there for an extra hour to get the mandatory training at that point in time. I think that TAC is providing, I'm appreciative of them coming over, and that way we don't waste our time going elsewhere. It's going to be a little time out of the day, no doubt, but I think that that's the most efficient use is to attend that training, get everybody caught up with what they need to get caught up with.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No.
November.
I gotta stay there 2 hours.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got no guy, Well, thank you.
We'll work on it. The ladies
You got it?
down there today, driver's license.
I'll be there tomorrow. You get your life, you want to stay.
Well, you can talk with him about it.
Just try to-
He'll
what is
counsel
this
you
one?
about it.
It's risk management under, I was talking to Clyde a little bit about this. As my office has to deal with a lot of hoops with the Federal Motor Carriers Act and different restrictions that they put on us. Some I agree with, some I don't, but the hoops are there, right? And there's only so much that I can do to fight against that. I think that this is yet another regulation brought down by that act that's causing y'all to spend your time in the classroom. I know you may agree with that, you may disagree with that. I think that, potentially contacting your local, our representative, State Department, and that sort of thing could go a long ways if we truly disagree, and that would be our recourse right now. But I'm telling you, from the county attorney's standpoint, the county judge's standpoint, there's nothing really that we can do to fight against this. This is coming down on high, and like I said, I think it's just another regulation. You can argue maybe an over-regulation as to the way we operate right now, but
As so many are.
right, but it is, but there's no doubt it's there, and there's no doubt that I would advise taking the training. It'd be up to you. I mean, you can do what you feel like and look at it. We can have further discussion if you want, but that would be my advice is to sit in there for the 2-hour deal and check the box and move on.
What about the people that drive the fire trucks?
That's what I was going to ask. Do any of y'all have to have a CDL license to drive any of the vehicles that y'all have?
Well, like we have, you have to have a certain one, like drive our engine, it's got air brakes, stuff like that. We've got 2 or 3 people that have those kind of driver's licenses, but, you know, the rule is anybody can drive it to a scene, but not anybody can drive it away from it. Go figure.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, right? That's the way it is.
That's a national regulation. Exemption, I mean, that gives you exemption nationally.
For county roads, people are out, do they need to attend that, or you would check on that?
I can check on that.
No,
Yeah.
because they're insured through our county insurance.
We should have talked about that today.
Just like any other mandate, we get them in law enforcement also. You gotta do it, even though you might have been doing it already, you still got it. They may just do it anyway.
Right, I've done it all these years, so you know. I have a report from the district clerk for the month of July, and a report from senior services for July, also from the auditor's office.
Let's see.
All in favor, aye. Motion carries. Well, this is a good thing to be talking about, burn ban.
That baby on.
Go to item number 8, special road use agreements. Are there any? Okay, do we have any bonds or education certificates from anyone?
Judge, you did get my report on the reports also, right? I went
Good.
through y'all copied.
It's later,
I did not. Here it is. All right. You said something, I didn't see that. Let's go back to number 6, reports. I have a report from the Freestone County Treasurer's Office, and it is the one that is put on the website based on the July financial from the auditor's office.